Tonight on CTV, a Holocaust survivor gives a speech here on campus for Holocaust Awareness Week.
A new major is coming here to CSU, and we have the details.
The Peace Leadership Director of the Nuclear Age Peace Foundation discusses a need for peace literacy.
All that, plus weather, sports, and entertainment from the people you know. Hello and welcome to CTV Thursday. I'm Sunday Miller.
And I'm Amelia Castaneda. Here's what's happening in the news near you. Yesterday evening, the Associated Students of Colorado State University passed a preliminary version of a campaign finance reform bill. Starting next year, campaigns running in elections for ASCSU leadership will receive funding taken out of student fees. However, the bill does not specify reallocations of those fees, which will be fleshed out over the 13 months leading up to next year's elections.
But unfortunately, we're going to be waiting until next year to implement that. So this allows us to set the stage for it, and I'm going to be working for the next 6 weeks to make sure that we, right after the end of elections, have a solid plan that we will be able to implement next year for student fee funding for campaigns.
The bill also made some requirements for the upcoming election season. Campaigns will be required to disclose of the sources of all campaign finances, along with limiting campaign expenditures to about $1,200.
Mark Cohn joined Students for Holocaust Awareness Wednesday evening as this week's keynote speaker.
It was standing room only Wednesday evening when Mark Cohn came to the Laurie Student Center ballroom as the 20th anniversary keynote speaker for Students for the Holocaust Awareness.
It means a lot to me. It really means a lot seeing a bunch of people come out for this event and doing the litany of names and being able to honor all of those that we lost in the Holocaust.
Mart was joined by her husband on stage.
One of the things I thought she said that was really powerful is it's better to resist and join the resistance than be a slave, and that really resonated with me. I think if you have the opportunity to do something and make a difference, then you need to take that and not just sit around.
Yeah, so we essentially met once a week. We started meeting pretty much as the start of this year in August, and every week we would just meet, discuss ideas, brainstorm, talk about what we wanted to talk about here, how the events would go down, and more just how to get more and more people involved in this than previous years.
Martin and her husband flew from Los Angeles, California for Wednesday evening's event.
But it was amazing to see so many people listen to my story.
Not just a remarkable survivor, but Mrs. Cohn here tonight. Her message is extra relevant, timely, and even urgent for our times.
To hear that a lot of women in the Holocaust made a difference, a huge difference, and that we're just now finding this out is just huge.
Students for Holocaust Awareness plan on continuing this annual event as long as time allows.
For more information regarding this event or MART, you can contact Students for Holocaust Awareness at holocaust.colorado.edu.
Fort Collins is one of 35 cities to receive the 2018 U.S. Mayor's Challenge, which provides selected cities with money and assistance to encourage energy renovations in low-income homes. The grant is worth $100,000 and is targeted at climate economy. Mayor Wade Traxel said, "In Fort Collins, we are demonstrating that we can thrive as a community and lower our emissions." According to the city, this grant is expected to stimulate a $76 million private sector investment over the next 10 years.
After 3 years of planning, CSU is launching a brand new degree in the fall that brought together 4 departments and helps to prepare students for the ever-changing technological world. Our modern world depends on data and the analysis of it in almost every field. However, people trained in this valuable skill are in short supply. CSU decided to help meet the demand for data scientists by unveiling a new major.
This major has been put together first by the 3 departments of computer science, mathematics and statistics, and economics, I'm very happy to say, has joined us. And that's because we believe that data science truly lies in the intersection of those 3 departments.
I'm outside of the Statistics Building, which is home of the Natural Sciences Dean's Office, located in the historic Oval. This is where the brainchild for the new data science major first began. This major is the first of its kind in the Rocky Mountain region and will launch in fall of 2018. Undergraduates interested in this major can concentrate in 4 areas, either computer science, mathematics, statistics, or economics.
It's really come about as a new discipline because of our ability, and by that I mean humankind's ability to collect and store and communicate more data.
Data science is that interdisciplinary combination that together allows researchers to reason about, visualize, and make sense of these large data sets.
Data science is really kind of a mix of what you might do in computer science, where you're thinking about ways to program and therefore process data, but also what you might be doing in something like econometrics from the economics perspective, where you might be modeling different relationships that you see in the real world.
CSU will be bringing in 6 new faculty members for the data science major, and sophomores and incoming freshmen can declare this major in fall 2018, with the knowledge that the need for data scientists is on the rise.
Business, healthcare, communications, atmospheric sciences, geosciences. It's hard for me to name an area where the information revolution has had no impact.
For more information on this new major, you can visit natsai.colostate.edu/data-science.
Paul K. Chappell, Peace Leadership Director of the Nuclear Age Peace Foundation, discussed topics involving mass shootings and gun control to show a need for peace literacy. This event was sponsored by the Dan Linens Chapter 178 of Veterans for Peace and the CSU Center for Mindfulness.
Writing is, first off, used as
community members and students gathered in the Till building Tuesday night to hear Paul K. Chappell speak about peace literacy.
Peace literacy is viewing peace as a skill set, not just a goal, but a skill set and a competency. The way that we view reading and writing and mathematics as competencies, we have to view peace in that same kind of way.
So we have made...
Chappell created the idea of peace literacy after his time in the military. During the discussion, he highlighted human needs, characteristics to build a community, and peace literacy as a skill that everyone can use, including students on our campus.
I want them to see peace in a more practical light by seeing peace as a skill set, and I want to give them some skills and tools they can use in their own lives to create more peace with their families, friends, coworkers, strangers, in any kind of environment they're in. And I also want them to have more hope, but hope based on realism.
A Peace and Reconciliation Studies interdisciplinary minor is offered at CSU through the School of Global Environmental Sustainability. Academic advisor Dr. Dale Lockwood stated that any student can add the minor, and while only an estimated 20 students are currently enrolled in it, he hopes it will continue to grow.
They overwhelmingly always tell me that they want to make a difference in the world, and that this knowledge will allow them to make that difference. And they don't view it as a selfish thing, but kind of an outward thing. And I've always been impressed with students who, whether it's peace and reconciliation or it's the environmental sustainability minor, they want to make change.
Chappell is working to incorporate peace literacy in school systems. For more information on the Peace and Reconciliation Studies minor, you can visit sustainability.colostate.edu/education.
Last Tuesday evening, a panel was held at the African Center discussing sustainable solutions in Africa. The panelists were 3 experts in various sciences who discussed problems African countries face technologically and environmentally, as well as introduced potential solutions. The director of the African Center says, next month we're going to have another panel on innovations out of Africa, focused on African cities, and in April we're going to have another panel on issues of biodiversity and conservation. Well, that's all we have for news.
Stay tuned for weather, sports, and entertainment right after this.
said the bottle couldn't see the ocean. Give up. Go back to the dumpster. But I didn't listen. I made my way. And now, I am what I...
I'm a weather anchor Keenan Cozart. It was a chilly day here in Fort Collins. Your current, 22 degrees, partly cloudy. Your wind was at 5 miles an hour, and your sunset is at 5:44 p.m. Looking at your overnight lows, Craig, Vail, and Telluride are going to be in the low 20s. On I-25 corridor, we're going to see some mid-20s. Pueblo at 16, Colorado at 16. Onto the plains, we have some Lyman at 9 and Lamar at 14. Looking at tomorrow's forecast, Craig 31, Vail at 31, and Gunnison at 29. Looking on the I-25 corridor, we have some 40s, 47 in Pueblo, and 38 in Denver. Onto the plains, we see some high 40s and a toasty 52 in Lamar. Looking at tomorrow's forecast, your high is going to be 35, partly cloudy. Your wind is going to be at 6 miles an hour, and your sunset is at 5:45. Staying brighter every day. For your 5-day forecast, it's going to warm up on Saturday. It's going to be windy, a little bit cloudy, 37 as your high. Sunday is going to be cloudy, but it's going to be chilly. So if you're headed out, make sure you bring a jacket with you. Headed into your first part of your week, back to school. We're going to see that good old sun with temperatures close to 50. For your Friday planner, when you wake up, it's going to be 21 degrees, partly cloudy. Moving into the afternoon hours, we're going to see windy at 9 miles an hour. Around 4 o'clock, we're going to see clouds at a high, close to 30. Into the evening, we're going to see heavy bands move into Colorado. So if you're headed out anywhere, be ready for that. Stay tuned for Jared with basketball and softball coming up next.
Time next week? Well, of course. Put away a few bucks, feel like $1 million. For free tips to help you save, go to Feed the Pig.
This is 9.5 KCSU with DJ Navy. DJ Next Shit, DJ Wildcard. Music to me is the best creative outlets that I can think of. An escape from the real world. Music to me is an expression of love. From like folk to hip hop to like classic rock, 1960 bossa nova with music with like no boundaries. I work here because I love music.
Welcome back from the break into the Thursday night sports show. I'm Jared Stratton, here to catch you up on CSU Athletics. The CSU men's basketball team took to their home court yesterday and take on the Boise State Broncos. Although the Rams started the game 8-2, the Broncos went on a 19-4 run while the Rams missed 9 shots in a row. During the second half, Boise State scored 20 unanswered points, leaving the Rams scoreless for the almost 10 minutes. Chandler Hutchison is looking more and more like the NBA lottery pick he has been predicted to be. There were multiple scouts who attended the game, including Nuggets president of basketball operations, Tim Conley. Hutchison scored 27 points last night and is averaging almost 20 points per game this season. He was a major factor in the win over the Rams last night, with a final score being 87-54. The Rams will look to bounce back against division leader in Nevada this Sunday at 2 p.m. The women's basketball team has lost 2 games in a row following their 6-game winning streak, pushing them down in the Mountain West Conference to 5th place. They also played Boise State yesterday, losing 55-49. This can be attributed to the Rams shooting below 30% of their field goals for the first time this season. Hange Verdi had a bounce-back game yesterday, scoring a team-high 18 points. During the Fresno State game last week, she only scored 4 points, snapping her 6-game streak with at least 10 points per game. But on a good note, she also led the team in assists for the 3rd week in a row with 12 assists during that time span. The Rams only have 2 games left this season and will need to win both games to have any chance to win their division. Their last home game will be against Nevada this Saturday at 2 p.m. In other news, CSU softball pitcher Bridget Hutton was named Pitcher of the Week in the Mountain West. This is the 2nd time in her career winning this award, and for good reason. Last weekend during the Hillenbrand Invitational, she won a 2-1 record pitching for 2 complete games. She only allowed 4 total runs but completely shut out Troy, helping her team win 5-0. The Rams will have their first home game against the UNC Bears on February 27th. Well, that's all the sports I have for today. Make sure to check collegian.com and CTV Channel 11 on YouTube for the latest in CSU athletics. I'm Jared Stratton. Up next is Ryan Christ talking about puppies. I stuttered a little bit at the end, but you know.
What's up, Rams? I'm Ryan Christ, here on another fantastic Thursday, bringing you all the latest and greatest in entertainment news. Chipotle, the only place where you can get E. coli with a side of queso, is trying to come up with a new way to get people excited about Chipotle again, since fans of the chains have been less inclined to eat there due to poor case reviews and the past health risks. They're doing this by potentially adding quinoa to their menu so people can have an alternative, healthy choice from rice. While a healthy choice and Chipotle haven't really been in the same sense before, it's an interesting idea. Quinoa is currently being tested in their New York location, and if it goes well, Chipotle could be adding even more healthy alternatives to their menu. Now, in my opinion, I always see the Chipotle on Laurel packed with college students, so who knows, maybe if quinoa gets passed, we'll see lines down all the way down Laurel. The Fort Collins International Center is organizing a day to learn how to ski this weekend. They're going to Snowy Range, Wyoming. They plan multiple outdoors events throughout each semester to provide a fun and active outdoor community here at CSU. Whether you're a local student or international, everyone is welcome to come and learn how to ski. This weekend, they do require that everyone takes the same bus that will leave Saturday morning at 6 a.m. at the Transit Center and will return to CSU at 6:30. While that is way too early for me, like I don't even remember what 6 a.m. looks like, if you want to go and find out more information about outdoor programs here at CSU, go to isss.colostate.edu/outdoors. Puppies Beer and a ton of people were supporting Bounce Animal Rescue. At Intersect Brewing had their first Pints and Puppies event where Bounce Animal Rescue House brought out 8 puppies to play with customers. And for every 1 beer sold, $1 went back to Bounce Animal Rescue.
Oh boy, yeah. So we have 8 puppies. We did not expect to have so many people show up today. And we have some adult dogs that are actually up for adoption today. And the puppies will be up for adoption next Saturday.
You can adopt these dogs from Bounce Animal Rescue through their foster parents.
And all of our animals are actually in foster care. So we don't have a shelter. They are all in people's homes until they are up for actually adopted, whether that be in our homes for 4 weeks to a year, like Pancake situation. We hold on to them until they're adopted.
and there were a lot of people here.
I would estimate, I think we've been open 3 hours now. We've probably had 500 or 600 people come through.
So many that Rally King, who are close friends with Intersect Brewing, came out to help.
We lived right down the street and saw the crowd and showed up, and they've been busting tables, washing dishes. So we couldn't be more thankful to have them as friends, and great brewery as well, by the way. Great beer, great people, and it just kind of shows you how tight the community is, so we're happy to be a part of it.
For more information about where you can adopt these dogs, head to bounceanimalrescue.org. To find out more about Intersect and their upcoming events, go to intersectbrewing.com. If you're looking for something totally radical to do this weekend, then look no further than the Lincoln Center's High Performance Dance Show. This is the 22nd season of High Performance Dance, and they're ending their show with a bang by going back in time. This event will feature choreographed dance that will take you on a journey back to the 80s. Guest artists from Limelight Fitness will also be joining you to bring you exciting lyra, pole, and aerial silk performances. This performance will run twice at 7:30 p.m. Saturday and Sunday night. If you remember, on Tuesday night, entertainment anchor Lauren Wilson talked about some drama at the Olympics, and as the sports continue, some more drama came out. The Canadian ice team won their way to the gold and into our hearts with an ice-melting performance that no one could match. This duo has been dancing for over 20 years and is the most decorated team. After seeing this gold-winning performance, many people took to Twitter about their relationship. They said things like, honestly, Tessa Virtue and Scott Mayor have more chemistry in any single moment of a 4-minute performance that exists in the entire 50 Shades trilogy. Honestly, at the end of their last routine, Scott should just get down on one knee and propose to Tessa. Even Ryan Reynolds got in on the tweet saying, "Go Team Canada. Casey Sharp is a legend, making it look easy. And thank you to Tessa Virtue, Scott Mayor, for agreeing to raise my children as your own." In an interview with